Tonight on OC News, teachers have walked out of schools in Oklahoma and Kentucky over recent budget cuts, despite getting their first pay raise in 10 years. Plus, President Trump has reignited immigration talks after threatening to leave NAFTA. And the stock market took a dive of over 500 points amidst trade war talks.
I'm here in front of Titan Shops, where they're setting up for Grad Fest. Find out how you can get your cap and gown.
And later on Entertainment News, find out which movie topped box offices this past weekend. OC News starts right now.
Welcome to OC News. I'm Jessica Renteria.
And I'm Erica Salazar. OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton. It was a wild day on the stock market today. At one point during the day, the Dow had lost more than 700 points. By closing, the Dow Jones Industrial Average had gained a little ground and closed 400 points down. The wild ride was fueled in part by the increasing reality of a U.S. trade dispute with China and President Trump's remarks about Amazon. Amazon stock lost about 5%. Other tech companies faced losses as well, with Tesla and Cisco dropping by at least 4% on the day.
Breaking news today, a young boy was found after an all-night search in Los Angeles. Riley Carroll has the story.
Thank you so much. Our top story coming out of Griffith Park this afternoon, where a missing 13-year-old boy was found in a maze of drainage pipes after 12 hours. A family gathering took a scary turn yesterday while 13-year-old Jesse Hernandez was playing games with his cousins at their annual Easter picnic in Griffith Park. The young boy and his cousin strayed from the group, exploring an area with old wooden planks. A plank gave way after being jumped on by Jesse, opening up to a 25-foot fall into a 4-foot wide drainage pipe. Fire officials said the pipe eventually emptied out into the LA River. Friends at the scene of the frightening accident say the boy's cousins called after him, but heard nothing from Jesse in return. Authorities immediately began searching for the young boy, employing over 100 firefighters, swiftwater rescuers, and urban search rescue crews. This rescue mission was an incredible feat as the pipe system had water moving at about 15 miles per hour. According to a spokesman for the Los Angeles Fire Department, this created such a hazardous environment that even rescuers could not enter the pipe system. Jesse Hernandez was finally found thanks to a camera being put down a maintenance hatch into the pipe system, showing Jesse, quote, alive and talking, end quote, according to KTLA. He was found in the pipe along the 134 freeway and was taken to a hospital for unspecified injuries and to be decontaminated. Along with the LA Fire Department and the entire Hernandez family, we are very pleased the scary incident has a safe and happy ending.
Teachers across Oklahoma and Kentucky ditched class on Monday and flooded state capitals, demanding pay raises and more education funding for students. Tens of thousands of teachers rallied at their state capitol in protest for better conditions for students and themselves. Teacher support and raises has plummeted by 28% over the past decade, and Oklahoma teachers are demanding $10,000 raises for teachers and $200 million for education funding. And there is no sight of walkout ending anytime soon. Many say they'll keep fighting until lawmakers meet their demands, and many teachers have already canceled classes for Tuesday.
Last week, millions of Americans took to the streets to show solidarity with the survivors of the Parkland High School shooting in Washington, D.C. An estimated 5,000 people showed up in Santa Ana's Centennial Park. Our very own Matthew Kessler has more.
As multiple March for Our Lives events kicked off across the country, thousands of students and supporters gathered in Santa Ana's Centennial Regional Park to make their voices heard. Some students and teachers armed with heartfelt signage calling for actions, while others took a more comedic approach to the issue. All jokes aside, the message of the day was clear.
Almost 16 years ago, my son was gunned down while sitting in a car in San Francisco. He was shot in the head 7 times and was killed instantly. For too long, we have suffered at the hands of gun violence, and I should know. No one could ever have to go to the police department to identify their only child.
The event attracted politicians eager to address their current and future constituents, which, as philanthropist Tom Steyer explains, are what these events are all about.
And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give them a chance. We're seeing them raise their voice across America today. We're trying to give them a chance to exercise their voting in November so that we get better outcomes for everybody.
It seems for these young students and their supporters, the time for action is now. For OC News, I'm Matthew Kessler.
President Donald Trump has already made it clear to America that he plans to end the Obama-era program. But this time, he places the blame on a fellow Republican for the lack of progress. CNN Kent Collins has more.
President Trump spending the Easter holiday weekend venting about immigration. In a series of combative tweets, the president saying he wouldn't make a deal for Dreamers, claiming that undocumented immigrants are pouring into the U.S. because they want in on the act.
A lot of people are coming in because they want to take advantage of DACA, and we're going to have to really see.
The president seemingly confused about the parameters of the Dreamer program. It protects undocumented immigrants from deportation if they were brought to the U.S. as children, but it only applies to those who have lived in the U.S. since 2007, meaning that no one crossing the border now would be eligible.
They had a great chance. The Democrats blew it.
President Trump also blaming Democrats for failing to broker a deal to protect Dreamers, despite the fact that it was Mr. Trump's decision to end the Obama-era program in the first place. Mr. Trump's tough talk in stark contrast to these earlier promises.
A very, very tough subject. We are going to deal with DACA with heart.
This should be a bipartisan bill. This should be a bill of love. Truly, it should be a bill of love, and we can do that.
The president's outburst prompting criticism from members of both parties, including Ohio Governor John Kasich, who tweeted, "A true leader preserves and offers hope, doesn't take hope from innocent children who call America home." The president also lashing out at Mexico, threatening to pull out of NAFTA if Mexico doesn't curtail the flow of undocumented immigrants.
Mexico has got to help us at the border. They flow right through Mexico. They send it to the United States. Can't happen that way anymore.
Mr. Trump using that argument to again stress the need for his border wall. Sources tell CNN that the president's tweet storm came after he had conversations with a number of allies associated with Fox News over the weekend, who told him that his base believes he's softening on immigration. Multiple people pointing to hardliner Ann Coulter's recent media tour calling Trump a disappointment. All this as the Trump administration continues to insist that ousted Veterans Affairs Secretary David Shulkin resigned rather than being fired. Shulkin denying this claim, saying he never submitted a resignation letter.
I would not resign because I'm committed to making sure this job was seen through to the very end.
So you were fired?
I did not resign.
After the break, find out what sent over 50 people to the hospital in Illinois.
And Nikki Justice has the latest on the going trial of a former comedian.
What's going on in Angel Stadium tonight and what fans are expecting.
Every seat is a story. Behind every story is the reason for transparency.
"56 cases, including 2 deaths, have hit the marijuana market in Illinois. These cases and deaths revolve around synthetic marijuana or fake weed, which is a mixture of shredded dry plant material sprayed with manufactured chemicals. 17 of the most recent cases were found in products of weed from Chicago, although other cases are being discovered statewide. Side effects that have taken place from the fake marijuana is severe bleeding from the nose and gums and bleeding urine and coughing. According to a statement released Monday from the Illinois Department of Public Health, 9 cases tested positive for rat poison. Melanie Arnold, spokeswoman for the Illinois Department of Public Health, said, quote, "This is the first time we've seen an outbreak of this magnitude in the area," unquote. She continued to say, quote, "We're working with numerous different partners across the city and state as we investigate this outbreak," unquote. A number of cases continues to arise, and the Department of Public Health strongly advises everyone to stop using synthetic cannabinoids. Health officials warn anyone who have had a reaction to the synthetic cannabinoids to call 911 immediately or go to the emergency room.
Today in health, a clinic in Texas shuts down. The Rock talks about his depression, and there's a new study on a baby medication. Here's Casey with the details. Casey?
Thanks, ladies. First in today's health, the Coastal Health and Wellness Clinic in Texas has been closed. After visiting the dental center at the clinic, 48-year-old gay male Dean Savant received a notice informing him that he needed to be tested for HIV and hepatitis. He is the only one of the thousands of patients from this clinic that may have been exposed to the viruses. An investigation found the equipment and instruments to be unsterilized and brushes used to clean the equipment dirty. The dental director recently resigned while others lost their jobs. The plan for the future is to reopen the clinic with retrained workers and more close observation. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson shares moments of his depression and how life has been harder for him than fans realize. Years ago, when a split from his then-girlfriend and injuries ended his dream to go pro in playing football, he went through a dark period. However, Dwayne says the worst of his depression happened when he was just 15 years old. His mother attempted suicide by exiting their car on the interstate and started walking towards incoming traffic. He saved her life by pulling her to safety on the side of the road. The Rock says he has gone on to find happiness and hopes him sharing his experiences can help others. A new study suggests that some medications children are taking may be the reason behind the rise of asthma and allergies. According to journal JAMA Pediatrics, babies that take acid-suppressive meds and antibiotics have a higher chance in developing allergic diseases. Babies under 6 months who took these medicines are more likely to have hives. Dosage also has an impact. Researchers say that if taken for more than 2 months, there is a 52% greater risk of developing a food allergy. Doctors are told to be mindful of overprescribing, and more research is being conducted to confirm a direct link. That's all for today's health. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Seniors, there are only 6 weeks left before graduation, so we'll make sure you're ready for all the deadlines and updates. If you need help figuring a few things out, Sharon Cardona has the latest information on Grad Fest.
Thank you, ladies. I'm right here in front of Titan Shops, and as you can see behind me, they're setting up for Grad Fest, which will start tomorrow at 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., and it's going to happen up until April 5th, where you can buy your cap and gown, your sashes, your tassels. But before we talk about buying stuff, let's talk about the seniors that are graduating. Here's what they have to say.
My major is psychology, and I'm pretty excited finally to get this over with. But I'm very excited to continue. I plan on getting on my master's and then from there getting a doctorate. So
I was really nervous for a long time, and then I basically decided to just kind of give back and to just volunteer, and if I make money along the way, great. If not, I'm just gonna try, and I'm actually gonna teach English in Thailand. That's what my plan is right now. So I'm actually interviewing on Tuesday, and I figured that'll give me some experience and that you can't really buy.
I'm a business major. I'm in entertainment and hospitality management and marketing. I'm excited for graduation, but at the same time I'm also scared because I don't really know what I'm gonna do in the future, except maybe just look for a job.
Well, the plan is definitely to move out to the Burbank area because that's where all the studio jobs are at. Ultimate goal is to work at Adult Swim, not as a janitor, as a producer. That'd be wonderful. I just love the content that they produce constantly. Not having a job lined up after graduation is always nerve-wracking, but it's the name of the game. And definitely looking forward to finding an internship or using my current internship at Titan Radio to land one. But yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous I am, probably cool, maybe 5 right now. Ask me tomorrow, I might come down to a 4.
So don't forget, Grad Fest will be tomorrow up until the 5th. And for those of you that go to Irvine campus, there'll be a grad day April 18th from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. And for those of you that can't come to Grad Day, you can order all the stuff you need online. But remember, the deadline to buy everything is May 17th. My name is Sharon Cardona, reporting for OC News. Back to you at the desk.
Stay tuned, the men's NCAA's national championship is tonight. Our own Kim Hoon has the latest on the game.
And Nikki Justice will give us the latest on the Bill Cosby trial.
You will never guess what's going to take place on this field this Saturday. Stay tuned because I have all the details.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out the words.
World music, playing track now.
No.
Let me try. Our daughter gets confused about which details in a story are important.
Which paper towels are most absorbent? What? Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
With tonight's men's NCAA men's championship game opening day at Angel Stadium and Colton SM's dominance, here's our Hoon Kim in studio.
Tonight will be the culmination of a fascinating and unprecedented men's NCAA tournament. For the first time in tournament history, a number 16 seed, UMBC, defeated number 1 seed, Virginia. Tonight, the Villanova Wildcats will try to continue their dominance run through the NCAA tourney, while the Michigan Wolverines, who ended the Cinderella run of Loyola Chicago, will try to continue this trend of the unpredictable tournament. Junior Colton Eastman was awarded honor of the Big West Conference Player today after his stellar performance on the mound, throwing the 5th no-hitter in Titan history. Eastman will join the elite club, which includes Longo Garcia, Kirk Serlou, and Justin Garza. 12 former Titans are on opening day rosters for the 2018 season. Fullerton has 7 MLB players on the active roster along with 5 coaches. Chris Davinsky started the festivities when he threw a scoreless inning for the Astros as they coasted by the Texas Rangers 4-1. Kurt Suzuki reached base 3 times as the Braves won 8-5 against the Marlins, and 3 former Titans were in action as the Angels and Athletics met Chris Davis, Matt Chapman, and Noe Ramirez. Chris Davis stood out as he impacted the game with a 2-hit, 4 RBI, and a home run as the Athletics beat the Angels 6-5. The Los Angeles Angels open up their first series at home tonight against the Cleveland Indians. Our own Amanda Vargas at Angel Stadium in Anaheim with more. Amanda?
We're here at Angel Stadium where the Angels have their home opener against one of the top contenders in the American League, the Cleveland Indians. The Angels are 3-1 after their opening series in Oakland, and tonight will be a good test for them as Cleveland has proven to be an Achilles heel, losing the last 11 games against them. We met up with some fans to talk about their expectations for tonight's game.
I hope a win. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, a lot of times we lose on opening day, but last year we won.
The Angels to get a W, Keenan Middleton to get a save, and Zach Cozart to hit a bomb.
How excited are you?
I'm pretty excited. I've been an Angel fan my whole life. This is my 3rd opening day in a row, actually, so it's good.
The first pitch is tonight at 7:07 Pacific time. For OC News, I'm Amanda Vargas.
Nikki Justice is in the studio giving us an update on which entertainers is on retrial for sexual assault, as well as what movies made it big in this weekend's box office. Nikki?
That's right. The jury selection for Bill Cosby's trial began today as Cosby is on trial for 3 counts of aggravated indecent assault after he had a mistrial last year. Cosby is on retrial for drugging and molesting Andrea Constand, and prosecutors are hoping to get permission to put a string of as many as 19 other women on the stand to testify to show a pattern of Cosby's predatory behavior. With his trial coming up in the middle of the Me Too movement, legal experts say it is likely for his retrial to be more difficult. Shan Wu, a former federal prosecutor who specialized in sex crimes, said For defendants like Cosby, quote, it's unquestionably worse for him because of 5 new witnesses that also come in, and also because the climate of the country is much worse, end quote. Opening statements are scheduled April 9th, where the trial will last for at least a month, which is twice as long as his first trial. And this weekend's box office numbers soared, with Ready Player One taking the top spot with $41.2 million and Tyler Perry's Acrimony taking second with $17.1 million, knocking Black Panther down to the 3rd spot. Ready Player One is a science fiction movie about a dystopian society in the year 2045 suffering from overpopulation, unemployment, and energy shortages. And everyone logs into a 3D hyper-realistic video game called The Oasis. Wade Watts, an 18-year-old who is one of these players, is on a mission to find the Oasis creator's fortune in order to be able to control the game. And Tyler Perry's Acrimony is about a faithful wife, played by Taraji P. Henson, who has stood by her devious husband's actions, but she soon finds out that he has also betrayed her, leading her into a rampage of revenge. And The Weeknd dropped a 6-song EP titled My Dear Melancholy on Friday. And fans are speculating whether or not his songs are about his previous relationships with singer Selena Gomez and model Bella Hadid. The Weeknd teased the record on Instagram of a screenshot of a text conversation with the message, quote, should we drop Friday? I'm indifferent, to be honest, end quote. The Weeknd will perform at some major festivals this summer, including Coachella, Panorama, and Lollapalooza. Well, that's all I have for entertainment. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Spring break is here, and the air is fresh and flowers are blooming. And there's music in the air. That's right, music. The spring concert is the weekend here on campus, and Victor Cholico has more on the event. Victor?
Did you not have enough fun over spring break? Well, get ready, because ASI's annual spring concert is this Saturday, with special performances by Kalani and Metro Boomin. Let's take a look at who these students are most excited to see.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Just been studying a lot with my friends, and we just want like a break. And I'm a really big fan of Metro Boomin, so that should be cool. Get to see like one of my favorite artists.
I really love Kalani. I've been following her for 2 years now, so I'm just super excited to see her. Yeah, this Saturday. This girl right here really likes Kalani, so I'm excited. She's going to have fun. She's going to make me like Kalani too. This is my 3rd year. I've gone every single year, but I think this year has the best artist out of the 3 years.
I think the thing I'm most excited for is being able to see Noodles, because that's Kalani's personal DJ, and it's cool. She's I like her mixes on SoundCloud and stuff, and then also Metro Boomin. I got to see him at day night, so that was cool. So it'd be cool to see him again.
If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, don't worry, because you have until this Friday to purchase them. Again, students are only $15, alumni $25, and guests $35. Don't miss out on this fun event, which will feature carnival rides, foods, and many performances. For more information, you can visit asi.fullerton.edu. For OC News, I'm Victor Cholico. Back to you in the studio.
So are you ready to hear great, amazing music at the spring concert, Erica?
Yes, I already got my ticket. I love Kalani.
That's good. So that's all we have tonight. Make sure to join the buzz on all of our social media platforms at OC News. I am Jessica Renteria.
And I'm Erica Salazar. Thank you for joining us on OC News. Good night.
OC News is sponsored in part by Univision Communications, Southwest Airlines, and Casanova McCann.